6 shocking Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Tensions rise as Carl Webster's future on the cobbles becomes uncertain following a heated confrontation with Abby. Meanwhile, Debbie is forced to confront the reality of what lies ahead. Elsewhere, Dee-Dee takes matters into her own hands. Todd makes a bold move. And Sean finds himself in hot water. A wave of fury also sweeps through Weatherfield, with several women determined to make their voices heard. Coronation Street spoilers for the 14th to the 18th of April 2025. 1. Tensions are on the rise in the Webster household as Abby Webster grows increasingly frustrated with brother-in-law Carl's presence. Struggling to cope with the emotional strain of Kevin's chemotherapy, Abby bluntly tells Carl to make himself scarce, hoping to spend some quality time alone with her husband. Carl agrees, assuring Kevin he'll return in time for his next session. However, things take a turn when Abby later tries to reach Kevin, only for Carl to answer the phone and reveal they're at the Rover's return. Furious, Abby storms into the pub and publicly confronts Carl, accusing him of sabotaging her afternoon with Kevin. The confrontation leaves Kevin demanding answers, putting Carl on the spot. Elsewhere, Debbie Webster, having recently attended a memory clinic and scheduled an MRI scan, is determined not to let the uncertainty cloud her outlook. She informs her family that she's choosing to embrace life, starting by throwing herself into wedding planning. In high spirits, she invites Abby and Kevin to sample the menu, emphasizing that she's sparing no expense. As Kevin excuses himself due to feeling unwell, Carl takes the opportunity to open up to Abby, revealing that his business in Germany is on the verge of collapse. Abby offers reassurance, insisting Kevin will understand if Carl needs to return abroad. But Kevin, deeply upset, wishes he could do more. Meanwhile, romantic tension continues to simmer between Carl and Abby, and questions remain about whether Debbie will share the truth behind her medical tests. 2. Dee-Dee Bailey continues her quest for justice following a traumatic birth experience. Attending a formal meeting with a representative from the Patient Advice and Liaison Service. During the discussion, hospital staff assure her that an internal investigation is underway and confirm that midwife Zoe has been identified as the person responsible for the complications she faced post-delivery. Outside the hospital, Dee-Dee witnesses Asha Allahan in a serious conversation with Zoe. Asha urges Dee-Dee to reconsider her formal complaint, warning that it could jeopardize Zoe's career. Dee-Dee, however, remains resolute, citing racism as a factor in her mistreatment and unaware that Nurse Wes, whom she spots nearby, is actually Zoe's brother. As the week progresses, Dee-Dee confides in friend Aliyah Nazir that the hospital's investigation concluded with no finding of professional misconduct. The two women attend a local support group, where Dee-Dee is struck by the realization that every mother present has endured a similarly distressing birth experience, revealing a troubling pattern. Later at the Rovers, Dee-Dee shares a harrowing statistic. Black women in the UK are 4 times more likely to die during childbirth. Her statement stuns those around her. Determined not to let the issue be dismissed, she confronts Asha again, declaring that if the hospital refuses to hold Zoe accountable, she will take matters into her own hands. The question now is whether Dee-Dee will be able to find justice. 3. Todd Grimshaw tries to make Theo Silverton jealous after new discovery. Sarah Platt offers Todd her flat key to get some rest after he explains he was up all night, as his terminally ill auntie Julie Karp was in pain. Todd is then shocked to see Theo and Danielle Silverton at the Undertakers with their teenage son and daughter. Sarah is impressed when Kit Green intervenes when her phone is snatched. But as she and Kit spend time together, they are forced to leave the flat when Todd lets himself in, followed closely by Theo. Theo wants to explain why he keeps blowing hot and cold. Todd tells Theo he accepts he can't make any commitment, but he really likes him. When Sarah returns and Theo's phone buzzes with a text, Todd begs Sarah to find Theo in Speed Doll. The following day, Sarah is supposed to go on a date with Kit, but she's drawn into Todd's drama when Danielle sees Todd and Sarah having a drink in the bistro. Todd knows that Danielle thinks they're an item, and he plays up to this lie as Theo joins them with Danielle. Todd kisses Sarah on the lips to wind Theo up, But Sarah is mortified as she tries to explain to a bemused Kit. Who has witnessed the whole thing? Has Todd ruined Sarah's renewed love life? And is he set on winning Theo's heart despite the circumstances? 4. Sean Tully is forced to do Teen Brody's bidding. Brody sends Dylan Wilson on an errand. Before searching Dylan's contacts and calling a horrified Sean with a job for him. Sean asks Glenda Shuttleworth if she'll lend him £500 and she wonders if he's in trouble. While Brody pushes Sean for the cash by the end of the day. Then George Shuttleworth and Eileen Grimshaw find Julie's collection pot empty. And George reveals that Sean asked Glenda for money. Has Sean stooped as low as stealing the dying Julie's collection money? Sean texts Brody that he has his money and he's at the meeting point as instructed. But what happens next? The next day, a desperate Sean tells Daniel Osborne about the burner phone he planted in his bag. And begs Daniel to try and retrieve it so he can use it as evidence to expose nasty Brody. Can Daniel help Sean? 5. Daisy Midgley and Christina Boyd are hell-bent on revenge. In the pub, a tipsy Daisy makes digs at Carla for selling the place from under them. Christina hears Carla telling Jenny she is better off buying the pub without Daisy. As Daisy is a spoiled madam. Once alone, Christina and Daisy vow that they'll take Jenny down. Will their catfishing be found out? 6. Lou Michaelis causes chaos at Audrey Roberts's salon. Lou offers to help with the kids so that Chesney Winter Brown can take the job Dev Allahan offered him working at a festival in London. Gemma is very grateful, and when she and Lou spot an advert for a new stylist at Audrey Roberts's salon, Lou makes out she's an accomplished stylist and Gemma backs her up. They persuade Audrey to give Lou a trial, but Audrey wonders what she's let herself in for. It's not long before Lou is causing havoc at the salon, as she rows with Maria Connor, throwing hair dye over her. Maria fires Lou, and Gemma goes after Lou when she storms out. Lou confides that she's got a son she's worried sick about, but things look up for her when Audrey is prepared to give Lou a second chance, as she's brought a lot of clients with her. Maria is not happy, but will Lou make amends with her? Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.